Hello, beautiful creatives. It is Michelle with Inner Journey Studios, where I teach you how to relax and enjoy yourself through painting and self expression through painting. So, today we are going to do some super fun little ornaments on these wooden discs. These are super popular right now. Let's see if we can get one. There we go. There we go. Now you can see it, I think. These are really popular. They're all over Pinterest and on TikTok and all over the place right now. All these cute little wood sliced ornaments. You can get them in the craft stores. You can buy them on Amazon. You can get them through Temu, however we're saying it. You can buy them all over the place. So I happened to get some of mine from my friend Cheryl at Tinker's Cart Art. If you are not friends with her, jump on over and check her out. She's got some great tutorials also. But she had gotten a bunch of these recently and gave me a few. So I thought I would paint some up with you today. All you're going to need is some really simple supplies. So you'll need something to paint on. I'm using these, but use whatever you have. If you have other wood ornaments or if you want to paint in your art journal instead, you can totally do that. We're just having fun today and relaxing. You'll need a handful of paints. I'm going to be primarily using a purple, a pink, a teal color, and then I may or may not be using a little brown, not sure yet. I will probably use a little white. I'm going to be using a little gold. Love this stuff. This is the Treasure Gold from Folk Art. If you have not used this before, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then some paintbrushes. That's about all you're going to need. So let me get to my studio view and let's get this party started. There we go. And all right, so here we are. I have already went ahead. Now, I based these initially with a white. Wood is really porous and it really sucks up all of your paint. So I went ahead and did these all white first, and then I did the color. So I only needed one coat of my actual color, and it covered pretty nice on this. So I did one in pink, one in my teal blue, and one in my purple or aqua, whatever we're calling that. And then I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do these as ornaments with little trees on today. But I decided I wanted a little extra, like a little something, something, a little extra. And I'm going to go ahead and use my stencils, and I'm going to stencil some stars in the background. Now I'm just going to do mine white. You could totally do any color you wanted. On the stencil, I've got stars, I've got circles, I've got hearts. I'm going to use the stars. I thought they'd be super cute for Christmas. So what I like to do is, here, let me show you here. I've got my white right here. I take my brush in there and then I wipe a bunch of it off. I offload it. And then I also swipe it on my paper towel. This way, when I go to do it, I should get perfect stenciling, perfect coverage, perfect stenciling without it bleeding under. A lot of times when people have problems or challenges with stenciling, a lot of times it's because you just have too much paint on your brush. You need like almost none, especially for something small like this. All right, so I just put a few stars on there. I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to do the other two as well. Maybe we'll do some bubbles on this one, some circles. We can change it up a bit. So I dipped my paint in and then I offloaded it onto my paper towel. Do some circular motions here. Look at how cute those are. This one I did. I must have had a little too much paint on, so I did get a little that went underneath. So that is on me. Let me make sure I get that paint out. And then let's try again. I already know that the tree is going to cover up a lot of that, so I don't have to worry too much about it. If you are watching me right now, let me know in the comments. Say hi, let me know you're there. I always love to know who is on with me. And if you haven't yet, feel free to give me a like or a follow. I would love that. Let's be friends online. So much fun. All right, so we've got some circles, and then I think for this last one, I'm going to go back to my stars. I'm going to turn this around a little bit just so it's a little different than the first one. When you place these, the placement can make a big difference for you. So if you put it in the exact same position, like if I did the exact same position as I did on the purple one, then the stars would look exactly the same. But this way, it's going to change them up a little bit. So because I'm positioning it a little differently, it's just not going to look the same. Even though we know it's a stencil, it kind of gives it a feel that it's a little more original. All right, and I've got some going off the side on this one. I love that. All right, so let me set my stencil aside because I'm not going to need that. And that stencil, I think I might have got that one on Amazon. I honestly don't remember. I've had that a long time, as you probably could tell looking at it. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that takes good care of mine. I know I probably should, but it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. Not one of my superpowers. All right, we're going to go back to the purple. Now I've got the hole on top. I want to be aware of that is, but let's take a look and figure out what colored trees we're going to put on each of them. So I think the purple on teal might look nice. And then maybe the pink on there. And then the blue on the pink. Or do we want that? What do we think? Well, I think it's not going to matter. They're all going to look good. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to have the pink one on here. So this is going to be like a little set, but you don't have to do them as sets. You can totally do these individually. I'm going to use a brush here. Let's see, I think I want a little smaller one than that. So we're going to try this with a, oh y'all, what is this? I think it's a 6. It's either a 6 or an 8. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a little smaller round. And we're going to want to create kind of a triangular shape. So this is going to be a basic tree. So let's just do a little line going down. I'm going to want it to be right to about here. So I know down here I'm going to want it bigger than up here. So if we're doing this kind of movement, let's start on the bottom. And then let's just bring it up. And we get a little smaller as we go up. Now I think we can come out just a little bit more on these, get a little more paint. There we go. And all I'm doing is this downward movement. And because of the shape of this brush, it works really well on its own. If you just push down, you swing out, and you come up. Push down, swing out, come up. All right, and as you can see, it gives us this nice Christmas tree shape. Isn't that pretty? It comes out so nice. So let's go ahead and let's do just another coat. I'm gonna load up on a little more paint, and we're just gonna bring it out. I push down on the trunk and bring it out. And that gives us such a pretty tree. Nice and simple, totally doable, totally easy. Now I'm gonna set this aside. We're not done with it, but I want this to dry a little bit. So let's go ahead and move on to our purple one. And this one, we're gonna use this nice purple. It's the same purple that is on this one. So see, we're making these all kind of fit together. I'm gonna load up on my purple, and we're just gonna swing it out. Adding more paint as needed. And that one, I think I brought it up a little higher than I would have liked to, but that's all right. Bring this down a little further. It just makes such a cute little tree. Now, depending on the coverage that your paint has, you may or may not need to do more paint on it. This one has pretty good coverage. Sometimes with wood, you get the grain, so it can be a little trickier. Love the way these are looking already. Isn't that fun? All right, and then lastly on this one, we're gonna do the teal. I'm not even washing my brush in between. I'm just wiping it off because I like the brush to be dry for doing this. All right, and this one, it doesn't look like I have any out. All right, so this one, I'm just gonna put a dot there because I know I wanna stop right about there. These make a great gift for somebody. Um, my girls, when they were really little, we started a tradition of buying them an ornament each year. And then occasionally I will make them an ornament. So, like, this is a perfect gift to give to a child, to your own child, to, nieces, nephews, grandkids. There's nothing better, I think, than a homemade gift. It's nice to be able to buy something and have it delivered and all that stuff. But when you make a gift, there's just something really magical about that. All right. If you are watching, let me know. Say hi. Love to see where everybody is from. It's always so fun to see you all on with me. All right, we've got this going. So now we have all three of them. And I think I am going to put a little, I wasn't certain if I wanted to do a tree trunk or not. But I think I am. I think I am going to put just a little bit on, and that's just going to be one swipe. Just a nice simple one. Does not have to be any big deal. All right, so I want to come back to this pink one. This one I would like to add a little bit more pink to, because the coverage on this one just is not quite as heavy as the others. And that is just the paint different. Sometimes it's the colors. Some colors cover better than others. Sometimes it's the brands. Some of the brands have better coverage than others do. Um, you just have to kind of experiment and see. That's better. Mm. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of snow. We're going to try it on this one, and then I might put it on the others. I feel like our tree needs a little something to be sitting in. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like having that little bit of snow there. I think that that helps to ground it down just a little bit. All right, I'm going to do that on each of them. Which is your favorite color so far? What color combination do you like the best? Or what color combination would you do? Or will you do? Because hopefully you're going to paint some of your own trees. Like that. Let's trail this off a little bit. Here we go. I can't wait to see all of your trees, all of your ornaments. If you are in the online paint party group, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of ornament tutorials this month, which is so exciting. You'll get to get a whole array of ones that you can make. All right, so on the pink, I'm going to do something a little different than what I'm doing on the others. I have this color changing paint that I want to try out. It's a color shift. It's by Folk Art. I haven't actually used it yet, but I've heard really good things about it. So I thought this would be a great project to try it out on. So I have the base coat of pink already. I figured this was probably going to be pretty sheer, so I wanted to have my base coat already down. So then I can just put it right over. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't know how well that's showing up. Let me see if I can. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? I have a feeling on the Christmas tree with the lights, this is going to be amazing. Now this I'm being a little more liberal with. I'm not really worrying if I go exactly on the branches that I've already painted. So I'm kind of coming off of it, giving it a little bit of a wispy look. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I'm definitely liking that. I wish I had it in the other colors. I don't. I bought a green and then I bought this. I wonder how the green would look over that blue. I think it's not. Oh, I don't think I want to try it on there. Yeah, I think that's going to be green, green, and I definitely don't want that. So anyway, thumbs up on this. I really like this color shift. I'm definitely going to have to play around with that some more, but I like it on here. Now I want to add just a touch. I don't want to go overboard on this, but I want to add just the tiniest amount of snow. And let's start it on the purple. I think the purple might be the driest. So we're going to see how we like it. And if we love it, then we'll put it on the rest of them. But I just want to just drop some of this on here. Just right on. When that snow falls and it just hits really nice on the tree branches. Love how this just adds that little extra something, something. So, what are you all doing this season? Does anybody have any special plans? Anything they like to do during this time of year? Maybe something a little different or a little special. We will spend it with the kids. This year, we're going to do something a little different on Christmas Eve. We are actually going to see a Christmas Carol at one of the theaters in town. So we're really excited to go do that on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is when we celebrate our Christmas because my older daughter goes to her dad's on actual Christmas Day. So we like to celebrate ours a little bit differently. And a lot of people do actual Christmas Day. So that will be our Christmas this year, which I'm excited about. And then we're going to take a few days to go to Disney and, do stuff like that. I love the snow on this. So cute. You could really get into like doing little birds in the trees or ornaments. How pretty that is. So we're just going to go right down the road here. And I don't do these uniform. You want to kind of dab it on a little bit. And I'm just taking it down, just dab, dab, dab. The brush I'm using is a real small one. This is a size 3. It looks like it's round, although it's a pretty small one. So I don't know. Brushes sometimes are different sizes depending on the brand that you're getting. But it's a very small round. There we go. I don't think I was showing it before. All right, so we're just gonna dab, dab, dab. And I see we have some people watching. Feel free to say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. It's always nice to connect with each other. All right, we've got our teal Christmas tree done, and this will be available for replays. So if you can't watch the whole thing right now, if you can't paint along right now, don't worry about it. This is going to be available if you are in online paint party. It will be in my guide, Michelle Boardman. You can just look for my name. And if you are in one of my groups, you will find it in there. And it will be on my playlist on YouTube. So you can find it all over the place. And please feel free to tag me. I love to see what you all create based on the tutorials I do. This would make a great greeting card. You could do this just in your art journal. You could make it bigger and do something like this. Do a couple of these trees and do it on a canvas. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and add on, actually not lastly, I want to put a little bit of highlight here. So I was feeling just a little too dark. There we go. It feels like it goes a little better. Alrighty, and then now lastly, I'm going to go ahead and do a star. Now I want to do the treasure gold. I like to put a little bit of yellow ochre down before I put gold on, because I feel like that just creates a nice base for the gold to really be able to shine, to really be able to show up. So I'm just going to do a good old-fashioned star, just like you did back in school, you know, when we would draw our stars. So I'm curious, how do you do your stars? Because I did not know this was a thing, but apparently different people do it different. And I can't remember the different ways of doing it, but I've always started on the bottom left and I go up to the point, bring it to the bottom right, go up to the top left, over top right, and then back down to the bottom left. But apparently there are different ways to do this. So I would love to know, I would love to hear how you do your star. I'm actually gonna do this a little different. I did not leave quite enough room here. All right. There we go. The twine will go through that, but that is okay. And the same with this one. So this one we're going to go up, down. This one's going to be all wonky. The nice thing you can see about doing these is you can do several of them at once, which I encourage, because then you can let bits and pieces dry in between doing the steps. So that works really nice if you can do that. All right, I'm going to take some of my treasure gold You probably will want yours to be a little drier before you start adding layers, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to do it wet. Now, I don't know how well you can see this. Let's see if it will show up. Do you see how shiny that is? I don't think that, yeah, it's just, I cannot, oh, there we go. I'm afraid it's not in focus real well, but you can see how shiny that gold is. Maybe you'll be able to see it better on one of these. These are bigger. And you don't need much. Boy, a little bit goes a long way with this. But having that yellow ochre down really helps for the gold to be able to show up really well. And if I'm doing like a silver metallic, I like to use a gray underneath. All right, that one I think you can see a little bit better. Isn't that nice? Just adds a little something, something, elevates your style a bit. Now this one, we got all kinds of wonky going on. That's all right. Tell when I'm concentrating, I get really quiet. Oh yeah, see how nice that is? And then why don't we, on one of them, I think I'm going to do it on the purple because I think that'll show up. I'm just going to put a couple of dots using the gold. This is kind of like little ornaments. And all I'm doing is using the back of my brush and dipping it right in. And just adding a few little ornaments to my tree. Probably did way more than I needed, but listen, self-control is not always my big thing. I like glitter, I like excess, I like all the things. That's kind of fun, right? Got a little bit extra going on there. And then maybe on one of them, I know we've got the stencils in the background, but let's go ahead just for fun. I don't see a toothbrush up here. I usually like to use I've got a fan brush. I can use that. All right, I'm going to take my fan brush. I'm going to get it really wet in my white paint. I'm going to get it like really, really wet. And then let's just do some splatters. We got a little snow. Look at that. Let's go ahead and splatter this one. Now that I started, I can't stop. I was not intending on doing all of them, but that is what's going to happen. So let's get this soupy, like a good amount of water. A lot of water in my white, and then, ooh, maybe not that much. All I'm going to do there, let's see if we can just pull some of that up. No problem. There we go. Nobody can tell. Well, we know. We can tell. All right, this does make a mess, so if you're going to do it, just know that you definitely will get paint all over the place, but it gives such a cool effect. There we go. If there's a part you don't want to be splattered, just put some paper over it, and that will help. And just like that, we have got our 3 little ornaments done. And it makes such a nice set if you wanted to give them as a set, as a gift, because they're all using the same color. The base, this pink is the same as this pink. This purple goes with that. That blue goes with that. But they're also nice on their own. You can put the date on them. You can personalize them, or just leave them as is. You're going to put a twine, and most of them come with the twine. So you just put it right through that hole there, and they are ready to hang. They are ready for gift giving. You can always paint the back if you want, or write a special message. But just like that, you have got a beautiful ornament for your tree and a gorgeous gift to give to somebody else if you choose. So on that, I just want to thank you for being here. It was so much fun painting these with you. I cannot wait to see the ones that you create. Look at those on your own. Oh, so much fun, right? And then let's see. Can't hold them all at once, can I? I might be able to. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Sort of. I got them all. Look at that. All right, y'all. Have fun painting. I'm Michelle Boardman with Inner Journey Studios. I would like it if you would pop over and like and subscribe and follow and do all the things. You know what to do on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.